Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're okay. If you're new here, my name is Anne and I post tutorials every week. So if you hit subscribe right now and the notification bell, you won't miss the next ones that are coming up very soon. Okay, so today I'm going to try and do 12 different hairstyles with a silk scarf. I've got 12 ideas in my head. We're going to have a go and see if I can get them all done. Let's strap in. I think it's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a fun one. And if you need to speed it up, just hit that cog and change the playback speed because there's a lot of tutorials that are going to come up right now. But hopefully you are going to find something that you love and you want to recreate and do yourself. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so for this first one, I've just done a regular knot in the centre of the scarf. I've plumped it up a little bit so it's got a bit more shape. Pulled it to the back of my neck and then taken all the hair into a ponytail. Just teased out the hair from the bobble slightly. And then I've taken the silk scarf around a couple of times and tied it off with a knot. Okay, so number 2, I'm doing a side parting, but you can do a parting wherever you want. I'm going down to the ear on both sides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to section off the back of the hair into a ponytail. I'm going to use one of those swizzly hair bubbles so that I don't get a kink in my hair. And then once I've put the hair in a hair bubble and tied it up out of the way, I'm going to take those 2 sections that I did at the front and comb them round to the back so that I get a nice side parting. And by tying it off with a clear elastic at the back of my neck like this, keeps the parting perfect all day long. So then when I lay the scarf over it, it keeps the hair nice and neat and you don't get, you know, when the scarf sort of moves around a little bit, it just keeps that parting and the hair neat all day long. Okay, so number 3, I really like this one. I'm going to take half of the hair up and clip it out of the way. And then taking the scarf with the knot at the top and I'm tying it underneath that little twist that I did. Then I'm going to let the hair down and then I'm going to just section just the top part of that hair. And then I'm going to tie it off with a clear elastic and fold it in half, pull it, and then take a little bit of the hair, wrap it around, and then hook it back through the elastic underneath. Tease out that little loop that I made and just sort of make it a little bit more relaxed. And then the ends of that scarf, I'm just going to sort of put my fingers through it so I can kind of see it through my hair a lot easier. So you've got this hairband effect and then you've also got the scarf underneath. Number 4, and I really like this one, I'm going to do like a crisscross zigzaggy sort of parting down the back of my hair because I'm now going to do French braids. Now if you're not sure how to do French braids, I will put a link just here for you to find a step-by-step French braid tutorial, and I'll also put the link in the description box below. But basically I am just taking 3 pieces and I just go from the outside strand over the centre strand, and then I go from the parting line over the centre strand, and then I add more hair and take them both over that centre strand. But again, if you don't know how to do this, go and check out that tutorial and then you can do this one. And then as I'm braiding in a downwards direction so that I don't see that parting line at the back of my head. I don't need to braid all the way down to my neck because I'm going to scoop up that hair into a ponytail in a moment. So then I'm just going to take that clip it off, and then I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. I'm just going much speedier here. When I've finished that, just to give it a bit more of a relaxed look again, I'm going to take each little crossover section and just tease on it slightly just to make it look a little bit more relaxed and gentle, and then I'm going to tie it all up into a ponytail. Again, just teasing it, softening it slightly, and then I'm going to put the tail of the silk scarf through the bubble, clip it out to the way on that short end, then split it into 3 pieces, and then add the long end to one of the strands, and then just do a 3-strand braid. I'm going to tie it off at the end and just tease that hair, and then wrap it around, and then I'm going to use some pins just to pin that bun into place, and then wrap the rest of that silk scarf around a couple of times and then just tie it all off. Okay, so this one is really 80s, but I absolutely love it. I love a high ponytail. So the best way I find to make a high ponytail is to do 2 ponytails. So I take the top section and then I sort of tease the front and then I pull on the sides of that ponytail, and it just kind of adds it all together and just gives it a bit more sort of a poof at the front. Then I scoop up the back of the hair and add all of that hair to that first ponytail section, and then just pull it, and then it stays up really, really, really well, and it stops pulling down that poofy bit that I made at the beginning. And then you just wrap this silk scarf around it, tie it in a knot, and then just work out the best way to sort of lay them. And once you're happy with it, that's it. Super easy. Okay, so number 6, I love this one. I think you're going to really like it too. So I've just parted the hair down the centre, and then I'm just tying it up into a high pigtail. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm using a thick hair elastic so it stays put really easily. I've got a lot of hair, so you could get away with a thinner hair bubble if you needed to. Once they're both up, I'm just going to tug on those front strands just to make it look like it's a bit less stuck to my head, and then pull the silk scarf through one pigtail and then through the other pigtail, so that the pigtails, like the silk scarf, is like equal. Then I'm going to split the hair into 2 pieces and then use that silk scarf as the third strand, and then just do a 3-strand braid, 2 parts hair, 1 part silk scarf, tease it slightly, and then do the same on the other side. Once you've done those, you're going to tie those off at the end with an elastic band. And then you're going to put the ends of the hair through that first ponytail that you did. So then you end up with like 2 big loopy like puppy dog ears. And don't worry about those tails that stick out, because you can fix those with the silk scarf in a moment. So you put these 2 loops through each other, and then you just sort of hook them over and then put some pins on, and then you can just tie it off at the end. Now I've got quite a lot of baby hairs at the back of my neck, so I just hairsprayed it and then just combing it up, and just tie as many times as you need to get the bow up, and then that's it. Super cute. Okay, so I'm going to do a pull-through braid now, guys, and I've got a step-by-step tutorial for this pull-through braid, so I'll put a link to it in my description box below. But in case you haven't seen it before, it's really, really simple. I'm just adding the silk scarf to the top section by tying it into a knot at the top, and then I'm just going to make sure it's nice and tight, give it a big tug, flip that ponytail over, and then I'm going to do a second ponytail. I'm going to take a small slice of hair underneath and then just tie it off, and it's about 2 inches below that first ponytail. Then once you've done that, you're going to flip that first ponytail over, split the first ponytail in half, then put the second ponytail through it, and then use a clip to clip it up. Now you're going to let all that hair drop into it and then collect up more hair to make another ponytail. So pull all the hair through and that silk scarf through the elastic. And then you're going to drop that second ponytail down, split it into 2, put them over the sides, and then pull the next one down through the middle, and then use a clip just to clip it up out of the way. Scoop up more hair with that hair that's just dropped down, and then tie it off with an elastic. Drop the hair down, have a little check, and then you're going to tease out those edges. So the top one will have hair and a silk scarf, the second one down will just have hair. So you're going to repeat these steps now. You're just going to keep going down, splitting the ponytail above it, putting the ponytail below it, through it, and clipping it up at the way. And then just keep going, get to the nape of the neck, and then drop it, and then you just keep this process going until you can't go any further. So depending on the length of your hair, you'll be able to keep making this ponytail a bit longer, or it will just stay short, and then you can just finish it off with the silk scarf at the end. Okay, this number 8 is such a super cute bun. So I'm going to put my hair into a ponytail, but I'm not doing it super high. I'm just putting it at the back of my head. Then I'm going to do another ponytail at the end of that ponytail and loop through the silk scarf. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get your hair and sort of twizzle it around a little bit. So you sort of loop it in on itself, and then you're going to roll. So you're going to roll that silk scarf towards the front of your head, take the silk scarf and knot it at the back, put a few pins in, and then that's it. Absolutely finished, and it looks so cute. I love it. Okay, here comes another bun for you, because I just love buns. So while my hair was in the ponytail, I just put the silk through, and I clipped it off the top. I sectioned it into 3 pieces, and then I just did a regular 3-strand braid with one of the ribbons on a part of hair. So I've got 3 parts hair, and then I've added the ribbon to one of those parts. So before, when I did something similar to this, I had 2 parts hair, 1 part silk scarf. This time it's 3 parts hair with the silk scarf in one of those sections, and it's going to wrap it around. And then when you get those tails, you can just kind of get the silk scarf to hook over those like sticky up bits, so it all lays really nice and neat. You don't need any pins for this one. It just purely holds itself just with a silk scarf. Really, really easy. Okay, Dutch braid time. So to start this, I'm doing a small ponytail at the top, putting a top detail through, and then feeding that scarf through the top. Then I'm going to get a section of hair from each side and add it to the silk scarf. So I've now got hair in a silk scarf, and then a hair in the centre strand on its own. And I'm just going to do a Dutch braid all the way down the back of my head. If you don't know how to do a Dutch braid, I promise you it's super duper easy. I will put a link up in the top corner now for you to click on it, and you can also find a description in the description box below. I will put a link to my Dutch braid tutorial in there as well. This is such a lovely style because you can go back and you can pull on those edges, a bit like that pull through braid, and you can make it a lot more full than it really is. So if you want the illusion of more hair, just give it a little bit of a tug, and it just looks really, really pretty. And then when you get all the way down to the bottom, you're just going to tie it off, wrap the silk scarf around the edge, and finish it off sort of just dangling down, or put it in a bow, whichever you fancy. Now, I'm showing you this way to add the silk scarf because just to show you a few different ways to do it. What you can do now, you can still see that elastic band. So what you can do is a ponytail pick. Just come along, clip that ponytail pick, and then it gets rid of it. So it's super easy. Rather than you having to knot the silk scarf at the top, you just flip it through the ponytail. Okay, number 11. This is super 70s. I love it. So put the hair all to the side, and then swoop that scarf across. You're going to put it over your hair though. You're not going to put it under, and then you're going to take one side and add it to hair, and take the other side and add it to hair. So you've got 3 parts hair, but then the silk scarf is in 2 of those parts. And then you're just going to do a 3-strand braid all the way down to the end. Super, super simple, but you've got this hairband look with then the pretty silk ribbon going through it. Tie it off at the end, put it in a bow or leave them loose. That's it. Really, really cute. Okay, I love a French braid. This is another way to add the silk ribbon to your braids without using a ponytail this time. So you can just put a little section of hair at the front, clip it up, and then tie it with a knot if you want to. And then you're just going to do the same as I did for the Dutch braid, but you're going to do the French braid pattern. So for a French braid, you take your parts over each other. And if you don't know how to do a French braid, don't worry, I have got a step-by-step tutorial for this. I will put a link in that top corner, and I'll also put a link in the description box below. But basically, you just add hair to each section before you cross over, and you just keep going all the way down to the bottom. There is a few tricks to make it perfect, so if you go to that step-by-step tutorial, you will see how to do it. It's around the ear. You just want to take some triangular sections to kind of braid around your head rather than making it saggy at the neck. Number 13, unlucky for some, but this one I think is super chic, really lovely. So on that side ponytail, you're going to loop the hair on that last twist of the elastic, and then with all the tails that are there, you're just going to sort of put them around that bobble and then just pin them into place like that, easy peasy. Don't worry about the end sticking up, because now what you're going to do is wrap that silk scarf around it. That will just keep everything in place, and then just knot it. I think knotting it underneath just looks lovely, because then you've got the little loop and you've got the silk scarf hanging, and then just tease on those edges to make it a lot more full. And I just think that just looks really, really adorable. Okay, so we're at number 14, guys. I can't believe we got this far. I totally lost track, didn't I, of what I was doing. Anyway, I really love Dutch braids, so I'm going to do 2 Dutch pigtails now. If you don't know how to do that Dutch braid, don't forget I've got a link in the description box below to find a step-by-step tutorial. But basically, I am making this one a lot neater than when I did the French braids earlier, and I'm taking smaller sections so that each stitch looks a lot it just looks a little bit more intricate. And then when you go back and tease on those sections, it just looks really super duper pretty. And I'm also going to braid all the way down to the back of my neck. And I'm taking those pieces, I keep doing a few stitches and then do a few pulls, and then do a few more stitches, then do a few more pulls. So I'm going to braid about halfway down. You don't need to get to the very end because you're not going to finish it off just as 2 pigtails. You're going to finish it off with one great big ponytail. So to speed this second side up for you and tease those edges. Now, when you put this hair into a ponytail, I'm going to go through a few loops, then I'm going to add the silk scarf. I'm going to put it through the middle, but then with the elastic, I'm going to do one more loop, and I'm going to sort of loop all the hair and the silk scarf. That's mainly because I just want the silk scarf to be a bit shorter. So by getting quite a bit of it in the loop, you lose some of the length. And then those tails, I just tucked them back inside the bobble, and then it was done. Easy peasy. Such a cute bun. You guys, I just can't help myself. I cannot believe we're at number 15. I thought I was going to try and do 12. I've done 15. I'm not sure what I was doing. I obviously lost count. But basically, this is so easy. Start with it around your neck, pull it up, do in a knot, twist it round, and then knot it at the back again. Just a cute headband. And I just love the way it's kind of twisted, so it just looks really sweet. You can tug on the fronts a bit, have a bit more shape. That's it. Voila. Lovely. Easy peasy. Takes minutes. Oh my goodness, we've got to 16. I promise you this is the very last one, and we are finishing with my favourite. So part the hair in half. You just want to do it naturally. Don't do it with a comb because you want it to be quite a soft parting. So just sort of go down with your fingers. Then put the silk scarf over your neck and clip it on one side. And then what you do is you have 2 parts hair, 1 part scarf, and you just braid a 3-strand braid to the end. Tie it off with an elastic and then just go back and tease on those ends slightly just to make it a little bit more full. And then you're going to repeat those steps on the other side. Now it's really important that you put the clip on the other side just to stop you from pulling that silk scarf down. Okay, so once you've got that, you just pull them up the top and literally you knot the ends. This could not be easier. It's so easy. Now those sticky out bits, you can just pin those down, hide them behind the ribbon. Easy. This is my absolute favourite way to wear it. I just adore it. So I have done this, ouch, I know, so many times. I think by doing 12 different hairstyles in one go, it can stop you from having the ability to string a sentence together. So I will spare you all the outtakes, but we have done it. We've managed to film 12 different hairstyles. Let me know in the box below which one is your favourite. Maybe you've got more than one favourite. And if you recreate any of these, tag me on your social media. I would love to see them. And also, let me know in the box below what you'd like to see next. So anyway, until then, take great care and I'll see you soon. Bye!